Well, I finally got my kitchen table back. I knew I would do eventually. And I finally went to a boot sale yesterday for the first time this year because the weather has just been so appalling that there just haven't been many. And I picked this little thing up. They only wanted £1 for it. It's a Philips N2234 full auto stop cassette recorder, battery mains, from the early to mid 80s. And like a lot of their stuff, it's got a surprising number of features. A 2-pin DIN extension speaker jack there, and cue and review on here, full automatic stop. Of course, the famous Philips electronic motor control. The mechanism is very much like a boombox of the time. It has got that red Leicester cheese gear in it that sometimes breaks up, but this one, touch wood, is alright. Strange how this happens. You can get one from one batch that's a load of rubbish, and then another machine from another batch, and well, presumably that's the difference, the batches. Maybe they just didn't cook it long enough or something, the cheese, you know. But this side you have a power feed, standard boombox lead, and then sockets for phono, radio and microphone, and in here the little remote control one. Those sockets aren't actually discrete components, they're not standalone, they're soldered to the circuit board and part of it, believe it or not. Battery operation is on 6 C cells that go in here, and a little condenser microphone there. That ought to be good. This thing will certainly be AC bias recording. And then at the front, discreetly tucked away, rather streamlined, a carrying handle that snaps back into position. Now when I got this it didn't work because the pots for volume and tone here were hopelessly crackly, but there's only 5 screws hold it together, and then you can see clearly the pots. It's quite nice to be able to work on it that easily. And a quick squirt of the old trusty service hole there, and after a few minutes of waiting all the crackling disappeared. Well, this is likely to be the last transmission I make, I'm afraid. For some months now I've been having trouble with the old computer, and this camera has a mind of its own nowadays. So rather than replace them all, I've decided to pull the plug on the operation. It's with a bit of a heavy heart that I do it, but best to go remember for what you were rather than a pile of poo. The other thing is, I get the impression with some people that perhaps my views on things are a little old-fashioned for some. So I don't really associate much with the outside world anymore, and perhaps the time has come to become even more reclusive and just concentrate on the repairs, and perhaps doing a small amount of eBay. That is the plan anyway, but for the most part it's been an enjoyable experience, and thank you for your help down the years as well, because you've taught me things I didn't know, and I know sometimes I've taught you things that you didn't know, and sometimes would rather not know. Germanium transistors and all that sort of stuff, tin whiskers. But yeah, I think the time has come to disappear, because I can't really justify spending all that when the place I live in is in a bit of a state. It does badly need redecorating, especially in the drawing room where I had the water come in. It's finally drying out to a degree where I could consider repainting it. So I think that's probably what I'm going to be doing this summer, sorting the place out a bit. Anyway, so yep, I'll let the legendary Jimmy Sham play me out.